Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, founder of Careerkunj and former TCS corporate HR and recruiter. So friends, Pitstop Hiring has come and many students are appearing for that. I have made a detailed video in the past about explaining the entire process of Pitstop Hiring, how it happens right from written round to interview and then everything included in that. But in this particular video, so many students are asking me about what is the syllabus of the written round and what kind of questions can be asked. So in this particular video, I will cover up what questions will be asked in the written round of Pitstop Hiring. At the same time, I will also be sharing you some questions which I have got from the previous students who have appeared in the Pitstop Hiring in the last year that I have trained. So we'll share those questions as well. Okay. So coming directly to the point that what topics are covered in the Pitstop Hiring for the written test. So let me make it very clear as the first thing that it will be a HR based written test. There will be no questions from aptitude and reasoning. So this was the question from majority of the students whether the reasoning aptitude questions will be asked or not. No. So only HR related questions and few questions from reading comprehensions will be asked. What topics from HR will be covered? So all the major topics of HR, be it OB, organization behavior, labor laws, another famous topics of change management, and any good model that you have come across in HR in any topic, can be asked, right? And there will be some questions from TCS, like who is the CHRO, what is the, when was the company founded, who was the first CEO. So, just read about TCS related questions, how many employees TCS have. So there can be questions around TCS as well. So do read about TCS from their website, from their Wikipedia page. I think I have made a video as well, questions related to TCS, that you can find that in our playlist, which can be asked in the interview as well as in the written test as well. So now moving on to the past year questions that were asked in the Pitstop Hiring. I will say it one by one. I have got a list of the questions. So okay, so I have got a list of 15 questions from the past year students. So let me go one by one. Okay, so the first one here is, what does exclusion of content in a woman uterus during or prior to 26 week of pregnancy mean according to Maternity Benefit Act 1961? So basically, I have told you labor law is one of the prominent topic when it comes to HR, and there will be questions around Maternity Act and all the famous acts. So you should definitely go through all the famous acts in labor laws, because this is one area where you cannot make a guess, right? You have to know the exact the act or the particular clause. All right, so Maternity Act is anyway a very very famous act from which the questions are asked. So this question was also around that. Next question is, what does single sign-on and HRIS terminology mean? So HRIS basically is the Human Resource Information System, and what does the single sign-on means? Okay, the next question is, what does R represent in ATKAR model of change management? So ATKAR model of change management, ADKAR. So what is R? So basically R is reinforcement. You can read more about it. Okay, the next question is, which are the traits included in Big Five model? So Big Five is the famous personality model that is there in OB, and then there are five big traits. You know that the shortcut is Ocean. Okay, so what does so there must be some options, and you have to guess the which one is included. So OCEN. I hope all of you know that, a very common question again. Next, how many members have to sign to dissolve a trade union? Again, a question from Fundamentals of Labor Laws. Next, ERG theory was given by whom? Okay, so ERG theory is one of the motivational theory. So it was given by whom is was the another question. Next, okay, there was a fill in the blank related to the definition of organization development. So OD, okay, I have told you all the famous HR topics. It includes OD as well. So just read about it, what it is. And then there was a question around match the following with definitions for wildcat strike, stay away strike, go slow strike, and type of violent strike. Okay, so do read about the strike. It's again something that is very commonly asked in the labor laws. Okay, next, identify an example based on the type of wages, fair, living, or minimum. So read about the wages. What is fair wage, what is minimum wage. Okay, so it was a question from that portion. The next thing is arrange the performance management process in sequence. Okay, so there are options of prerequisite, plan, execute, assess, review. So yeah, so basically you performance management again is another important topic. There were questions around different method of performance management when I was taking interview for Pitstop. I remember some panels, my co-panels have asked this question to the candidates. So what is bell curve fitting model and other things. So performance management again is an important topic both for written round and for your interview as well. Okay, next section of IDA under which retrenchment is defined. Okay, so retrenchment is another thing that happens in companies, and so under which section of IDA it is defined. Next, which of the following is not a trait of extraversion personality? So extraversion personality again is one of the big five personality trait, extrovert. So you will have options and you have to guess which one is not. So basically, again, it's a simple one. Extroverted people are more sociable, so those who are not, you can choose that option. Next, which personality type has these characteristics: sociable, assertive, and few more options? And I think from what it has given, it seems like it is an extraversion personality. Next, which type of training includes critical incident and rating scale? So basically, again, it's a question from performance management, in which there are different ways of doing the performance evaluation, and then which includes critical incident and rating scale. So you must have read about different ways to do the performance assessment, and then critical incident is one of them, where something happens and person has done phenomenal job in a critical incident. And then there are rating scales on different parameters, again a simple one. Next, in classical conditioning, the bell was associated with type of stimulus. So you all of you have read about the classical conditioning theory, in which Ivan Pavlov has done the experiment of the dog and the bell ringing, and the salivation happens when the bell was ringing, and it was associated with the food. All right, so this were few questions which were asked in the last year by TCS in the Pitstop hiring, and you can see all the questions are from the HR related topics. There will be, I think, 2 3 questions from reading comprehension. Again, the reading comprehension part will be from an HR area, and it is an easy one. Just keep your focus, because it will be time-based written test, and I don't think so. Since you don't have to solve any mathematical questions, you will fall short of time. But yeah, reading comprehension take time, so you can attempt those questions before attempting the other questions, because other questions will be the multiple choice questions, so you can easily guess the answers. And use the elimination method. Okay, so elimination method is always the best trick, when you don't know an answer, but you know that okay, what is not an answer. Okay, so that is where you can reject some options and you can guess the most potential answer. So this is an easy test, I must tell you. I have seen so many students in the past year have cracked it, and it is not very difficult. And if you are somebody who has read the HR topics, in detail, and if you have made notes about it, I don't think so it is going to be difficult for you also. All right, so I hope this video helped you, and then I would be making more videos about HR Pitstop hiring, because I was a panel of HR Pitstop, and I myself was in Pitstop hired, way back in 2019. So have a lot of experience around Pitstop hiring. So once the written round is completed, we will be making videos about how to prepare for the interview phase. So stay tuned. I hope it helped you. Thank you so much.